everybody. Welcome back to
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
Okay, welcome everybody and welcome back to another video where today we are playing the second episode. Well, this is the second thing of What Remains of Edith Finch. We watched the last video
before my mom sealed the doors.
Watch the previous video if you haven't watched it. Link will be in the description and iCard will pop up now. But if you have, let's just continue. We figured out how Molly was very hungry and had a lot of hallucinations. Okay, I can't walk in the tree that Molly did. But I can move
this will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
Okay.
Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
The mom or Molly?
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Wait, just wait. Grandma Edie? Is there a... I don't believe there's a Grandma Edie. But whatever. I didn't see it on the tree. Grandma Edie. Oh. That's not good. She had her Tuesday post. She had her Tuesday post, which is good.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Edie looks actually pretty cool.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
But she didn't finish memorializing him. That's a sewing machine. That's the background thing that we saw in Molly's...
Her room was like a museum.
Odin.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse. His wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Johan?
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house,
on the boat?
hoping to leave the curse behind.
So this family is truly cursed.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Goodbye, house.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Okay, that's it. Can I put it down? Can I put it down now, please? Okay, how do I put this down? I don't want to carry this anymore. Their daughter Edie is dreaming of a new house. This might take a while. I'm gonna press every single button until it lets me get out of here. Wait, that's how. I have to walk backwards. Okay.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Okay. We got a new picture. We got a picture of Odin. Nice. Okay. Mysteries of Death and Thereafter. Odin Finch. Okay, he was okay. Not a book. Edie has. Oh, Walter, Robert, Molly, Dawn, Gus, Milton, Edith. Am I Edith? Wait, am I Edith? Yes, I am Edith. I'm a little bit off. Okay. Norwegian folk tales.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
Oh.
She could have, but she didn't.
Dragon kills Finch. Go to 1937.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Not a VHS.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Edith Jr. Oh, because that's Grandma Edith, and we're Edith as well.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
I don't want to encounter this mole man.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Edith's pretty cool. Edith's a pretty cool grandma. Jeez, why? This is like...
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
This is like James Charles or, what's his other name? Jeffree Star.
It was a pretty big trace.
It's like Jeffree Star's bathroom. I would imagine this would be it. Why do mirror not work that well? Oh. There's a secret in this bathroom. By Sven and Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh, jeez, that was... Okay. We found the secret. You got it. Okay. Yeah. Kelvin Finch, born... Okay.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished.
Oh,
he never put it down.
These are like old pictures, maybe. This might be the room where they... I forget what it's called, but like they produce them, kind of. How do I crouch? I need to go down. There we go. Thank you. Milton. Whose room is this? Who had access to this room? Why was I not allowed in this room when I was a kid? Whose room is this? Captured Sam. Is this Sam? I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. Who's in here? Sam Finch. Shared a room?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Sam and Colvin. To Command Center.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
A lot of mysteries on Monroe. Colvin. Story time.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Okay. Oh, jeez, I have a cast on my foot now. It's been signed a lot.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Is that one swimming? Yeah, so he's almost
Sam!
like a dead deer.
Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Dinner.
Coming!
I want my dinner.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
I want my dinner.
I told him going around was impossible.
I want my dinner. I'm swinging too fast. I'm getting sick.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Then he would still be alive.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Am I gonna go
then
flying?
maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. that I want to remember about my brother.
That he was an idiot and made up his mind first of all. I feel like we're gonna get stuck in this tree. What? 360s, baby.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
You idiot. Calvin's an idiot.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Why? Why? No, this is... Calvin's just a plain idiot. He's a kid, okay. Rest in peace, Calvin. You will be missed.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Alright, now I just entered it. Fort Sam. What happened to Sam? Okay, this is just like a way to jump on.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
So he went into the army. And he never came back. Okay, wait, I think I have to... Can I get out this door? Because I don't want to crawl back through here. What else could I do here? What's this? Wait, what am I supposed to do? What? Why is there so many mysteries? Butterfly. Oh. Not of mouse movements after this game. New room, I guess.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Okay, there's some alcohol over here. Let's just enter this place. And back out into the normal world. I still can't enter there. Okay, time to leave. Oh, you're stroking. I'm gonna go back in actually. Right, is it this? No 10.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbra as a child star.
She looks like a child star. Bigfoot on the film, introducing Barbra Finch. Yeah, she's a child star, right?
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Oof. Happy birthday. Barb Street. Barbra. Dreadful stories. Guest starring Barbra.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh, great. Barbara's death. Let's go.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbra Finch.
I'd rather read this out myself instead of you.
As a child star, Barbra was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed.
Yeah, she
Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
She didn't
It was
scream.
Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay,
That's
I'm
her.
hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
Shut
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right!
Don't go
Also,
in the
I
basement.
loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Wow,
Thanks,
that's
babe.
a normal music
I'll be back in a sec.
box.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned.
Oh no.
So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Oh no.
She reached for the music box,
Now I'm controlling Barbara.
and as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
I like this art style actually, that I'm playing as Barbara. Oh, why this music?
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh no. I gotta whack stuff? Come over
The
here,
gang's
you
leader is
hooligan.
the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Oh jeez, okay, let's whack this dude. Just getting some training in before I go in our fight. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This dude got nothing on Crutch Girl. Barbara's gonna make her
Oh,
come back.
it's rattled. Still.
Wha-
Oh dear!
Oh, really? You idiots.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused
Rick,
and
you're a jerk.
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
His
Barb.
crutch.
Have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show.
Oh no.
Hours later,
Barbara! Walter? What's going on up there? Okay,
A lot of
I'm coming
screaming.
up.
That,
but if this is
what's
a trick,
that supposed
you're
to be?
dead, Walter.
What's wrong? Okay, we got Wacking Barbara back in the game. Ain't nobody gonna touch my little brother Walter. Oh jeez. That's my rollerblade, Walter. My rollerblade, leave it alone. Walter Finch.
Walter, are you there?
Walter.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh no.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Come on, Barbara, you can fight him. Come on. Lock.
And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Come on, Barbara.
She played her part beautifully.
You got this, Barbara. You can whack him. In Molly's room at the moment.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Heard. where's the way down? Come on. Stop walking so slow, Barbra. Jeez. Get back here, you old man.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
I'm not ready for this. This is not gonna be fun.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Inside. Oh no. Barbra.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry.
You were wonderful. The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbra, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbra Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but
Those are all bad monsters.
Barbra was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbra, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Okay.
Edie told me all Barbra wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
That's what I call a video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe. Just subscribe. We have a podcast. There'll be a link in the description for the podcast. We only have one episode at the moment. It's on SoundCloud. Like, subscribe, leave a comment on what you want, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.